Mike Tedeschi, Portfolio Manager over at Perspective Wealth Planning. Food costs continue to soar, and in this video, we are going to take a look at some soft commodities: wheat, corn, soybean, and also oats. Now, over the weekend, India banned wheat exports as food costs have been continuing to rise, and they have a poor crop due to a scorching heat wave that is running through the country. Now, this has added additional pressure to a commodity that has already soared due to the Ukraine-Russia conflict. A lot of the wheat in the world is created there. And so with that, and now India no longer into the global supply, it certainly is causing a supply-side issue. Now, the highest all-time close, and this is a monthly chart going back to 2004 of wheat, was right around this 1100 level. You can see we are clearly above that right now. May is potentially on pace for the highest monthly close for wheat. You have a decade-long rounded bottom type pattern with a huge explosive move here to the upside. From a technical standpoint, this is a very strong looking setup. Now we jump in here and we look at a daily chart of wheat. Right in the beginning of the Russia-Ukraine conflict, wheat soared. We had multiple limit up days. We talked about this back then, and it cooled off a little bit, but it was not able to come back down to the breakout level, so it's still trading well above that. And a very interesting inverse head and shoulders setup laid out here over the last month or so, and we're getting that next move here to the upside, right? If we continue to have a supply issue plague us globally with the wheat contract, and we continue to see the inflation rate soar, this is a chart that we definitely want to pay very close attention to. Now, next up, I want to take a look in at corn. I'm going to back corn up, and we're going to look at this in on a monthly basis as well. Corn is almost at those all-time highs. Now, the highest monthly close in this contract was actually last month of April. We closed over that 813 level, and that is an all-time high close. It's a very similar setup here where we have kind of that rounded, only this we have a clean cup and potential handle setup here, really going back all the way to 2013. And then last year we had that big spike pulled back and pushed forward. So we do have that cup and handle breakout that is in play in on corn. And if we zoom in here and look at this in on a daily time frame, the level to watch here is very, very clear. All right, we have that breakout right in here at about 760. All right, we have pulled up. We've made a nice high, tight kind of flag. Look for that continuation follow through over that 820 level for this to continue higher. Now, next up, I want to take a look in at soybean. Now, I'm going to back this up, and we're going to look at it on a monthly time frame as well. We are basically pushing that all-time high zone. The highest all-time high close was in August of 2012. We touched that level twice this year, so now I'm going to zoom back in on a daily time frame. Right, we can see very closely we tagged that all-time high zone right there on the monthly close twice, was unable to break over it. Well, we are on a shorter time frame sitting in that potential cup setup as well. So you get these nice rounded bottom setups. And then we have a very clear range that we have been trading in since January. And it's about that 1580 on the low side, about 1760 here on the upside. So you get that nice trading range. We're watching this for a potential break to the upside for that follow through. And if a move below that 1580 were to happen, then you don't have support back here on this contract until about that 1400 level. So some very clear levels to look at. Now, that is soybean itself. Let's take a look at soybean oil. We're starting to see a lot of news out there in terms of cooking oils and the issues that that particular market is having. This is trading at an all-time high. So our highest level for soybean oil before the last year or so goes all the way back to 2008. We have that clean break, and look at this. We have another cup and handle set up here in on this contract with the break over 68, and we have closed up at the highest all-time monthly close in at 84, and this continues to look like a very, very strong chart. When we zoom in on a shorter time frame here, we can very clearly see a nice wedge setup here in an uptrend, a breakout, and now we're trading between that 78 and really that like 86 zone here over the last month, making another range. We're looking for a break above that 86 for follow through, a move back under 78. The main level of support's back down there at 70. Last but not least, we'll go check out our oats. We're going to back this up and look at it on a monthly time frame as well. Another soft commodity trading up at those all-time high zones. We had the breakout last year above that 460. Another decade-long kind of rounded bottom with a huge move to the upside. And then we have been trading in a range here really since last September. I'm going to zoom back in on a daily time frame now, so that we can see that very clearly. We have the 580 to 600 level as a support, and then we did have that potential false breakout that happened a few weeks back over that 800 zone. I'm really looking at this as this is our range between 780 on the resistance side and 600 in on the support side. We tested the bottom end of this zone the last couple of days and started to push back higher. Definitely want to pay attention to what goes on here on the Oats chart as well. All of these soft commodity charts are really important to pay attention to because those are a lot of the input costs for food. We see food continuing to soar. That's taking more money out of consumers' pockets, less money to spend on other goods and services in the economy, and it continues to kind of be essentially a tax on people. So we are really closely paying attention to those charts. I hope this information was useful for you guys. As always, I'll see you guys tomorrow. If you got any questions, feel free to reach out at mtedeschi@perspectiveofplaying.com, or you can give me a call at 814-580-9881. Have a good week.